Check this
Today is a huge day for the WNBA world. One of the league's biggest talents, Angel Reese, is given a startling punishment following an incredible incident with teammate Napheesa Collier. Chicago Sky is currently facing a major dilemma as what began as a furious incident behind the scenes swiftly turned into something no one anticipated coming. Emotions are running higher than ever. Rumors are circulating and supporters are in disbelief. How might there be a violent altercation between two important members of the same team? What actually transpired during that spectacular event? Insider rumors range from long-standing rivalries to secrets that have the potential to destroy the whole series. Although the league is keeping quiet, many close to the team say that this is only the start of a storm that might permanently alter Chicago Sky's destiny. Fans took sides on social media, with some praising Angel's obvious skill and others criticizing her behavior and raising doubts about her attitude and leadership. Napheesa doesn't say anything in the meanwhile, which feeds further rumors. Is there a more complex history that nobody is aware of yet? Questions concerning the dynamics in the locker room, coaching pressure, and even personal grievances are circulating as the club tries to minimize the consequences. Could there be significant trades, coaching changes, or further bans as a result of this altercation?
What looks like a very dirty move under the basket. Check this out.
There's no denying that Chicago Sky's season has become much more complex. Keep an eye out because this controversy isn't finished yet, and the next development might completely change our understanding of these famous sportsmen. This story is going to get even more bizarre, so if you think you know what occurred, think again. The locker room at Chicago Sky became quite chilly as soon as word leaked out about Angel Reese's ban. Tensions have been simmering beneath the surface for weeks, according to team insiders, but nobody anticipated it would blow up this way. It all started with a heated argument that left everyone stunned at a late-night practice session. Once close comrades now found themselves on opposite sides as allegations began to fly and emotions ran high. An insider said that the brawl began as a straightforward argument over tactics, but
on Napheesa Collier, giving her a bunch of frustrating bumps, and at the end of the game, the lunar hours
but swiftly turned into a full-fledged physical altercation. According to the source, they were pushing and shouting, and it quickly got out of hand. People tried to step in, but the energy was electric, like something that had been building for a long time finally snapped. Angel Reese allegedly displayed a furious side no one had ever seen before, while Napheesa Collier, who is known for her placid attitude, startled everyone with an unexpected outburst. Fans were forced to wonder if this was an isolated incident or if the squad was dealing with more serious problems. On social media, there were allegations of rivalry for leadership positions, envy, and personality conflicts. According to several insiders, the two players fought for the team's attention and the limelight beginning last season. An anonymous quote from a former player stated, "There's always been some tension, but nobody anticipated that it would become physical. It took the coaching staff by surprise." Even
to know everything that is happening with the Unrivaled League, because all of this stuff transpired, like I stated, just 4 to 5 hours after it was announced that Super Rescue.
Even though they had observed occasional conflicts during practice and meetings, the seriousness of this episode rocked them to their core. According to accounts, the head coach attempted to defuse the situation by calling emergency meetings. But the damage was already done. According to reports, players were picking sides, and the harmony for which Chicago Sky was renowned appeared to be disintegrating in the meanwhile. The league office moved swiftly to suspend Angel Reese while a thorough investigation was conducted. As some fans and pundits argued about whether the punishment was appropriate or excessively severe, this decision caused even more controversy. Some said that Napheesa's involvement in the altercation was as important and deserving of the same. amount of attention. One sports analyst stated, "Angel's talent is undeniable. But if you're part of a team, you have to keep your emotions in check." Leaks from unidentified sources over the course of the inquiry suggested that a covert meeting had been held the evening before the tragedy. Several team players and perhaps even executives from the front office were engaged. What was spoken about? Although no one is certain, it is possible that disagreements about playing time and contract discussions were the main cause of the incident. The impact was not limited to the locker room. Concerned by the bad press, sponsors allegedly started to doubt their affiliation with Chicago Sky. Investigating further, local media outlets sought to determine if this was a singular incident or a sign of a more widespread culture issue inside the squad. Torn between displeasure with the turmoil and allegiance to their favorite players, supporters voiced grief and perplexity. Tensions persisted as the days went by. The mood actually just became more charged. The team's unity was supposedly endangered by a rift that resulted from some teammates apparently refusing to practice with Angel, while others openly backed her on social media. Rumors of possible roster changes and trades began to circulate, with insiders speculating that this crisis may drastically alter Chicago Sky's future. What actually started the altercation was still the biggest issue on everyone's mind. Is there anything more profound, something concealed that would alter fans' perceptions of Angel Reese and Napheesa Collier forever? Or was it merely a moment of strained tempers? Chicago Sky's drama was far from done, with a lot of unresolved issues and raging emotions. There was little doubt that this occurrence had led to difficulties, rivalries, and secrets that would put the team's strength to the ultimate test. After Angel Reese was suspended, the days that followed were filled with curiosity and conjecture. According to sources, a covert meeting that was held behind closed doors the night before the notorious incident is seen by many to have been the catalyst for the entire situation. According to insiders, emotions escalated as important players, coaching staff, and even front office officials convened to talk about the team's future. One person with knowledge of the discussion said that there were heated arguments about playing time, contract negotiations, and leadership roles. This meeting revealed deep-seated team divisions that had not before been openly addressed. Some believed that this was where the real cause of the situation was exposed, not just the deeds of one character, but a poisonous culture simmering behind the glossy veneer of Chicago Sky. Meanwhile, there were whispers that Angel and Napheesa were having personal problems. According to a number of sources, the two had a history of arguments that went back to earlier seasons, with rivalry over who would be the team's star player stoking animosity. According to one former colleague, it was a battle for the spotlight. And things quickly get ugly when you combine that with a lot of pressure and large contracts. Social media was rife with conflicting views. While some fans lambasted Angel for the violent altercation and demanded responsibility, others steadfastly supported her, applauding her talent and enthusiasm. However, Napheesa remained mute in public, which only served to fuel rumors about her motivations and emotions. Conspiracy theories regarding whether she was being counseled to keep quiet by the team or management, or whether she was covertly tending to wounds far deeper than the public could see, were spawned by this silence. The mood in the dressing room became increasingly strained. According to reports, several players split off into groups and sided with either Angel or Napheesa, causing a divide that may have ended the season. Once regarded as Chicago Sky's greatest asset, team cohesiveness now appeared to be a flimsy fiction. The emotional scars were profound, yet the coaches found it difficult to mediate. Navigating this mental turmoil while performing under pressure became too much to handle. More startling information surfaced as the league's investigation went on. According to anonymous sources, the incident was a part of a pattern of unsolved problems and miscommunications rather than just a single fight. "This isn't just about two players losing their cool," said Jim Jones, an analyst who keeps a close eye on the story. "It's about a team culture that let tensions fester unchecked and a system that failed them." The athletes weren't the only ones experiencing strain. The coaching staff was criticized for their perceived incapacity to control egos and preserve peace. Another level of intricacy was introduced by rumors of power struggles and coaching disputes. According to several sources, certain coaches gave preference to one player over another, which fueled mistrust and jealousy. When a leaked video of a private chat between Angel and Napheesa emerged amid the uproar, it was a shocking turn of events. The video showed apologies, vulnerable moments, and evidence of a complex bond hidden underneath the outward hostility. Fans were taken aback. Did this indicate that a reunion was feasible? Or was it really one more strand in the complex web? As a result of the bad news, sponsors began to feel the effects, with some reevaluating existing collaborations. The administration of Chicago Sky was under increasing pressure to handle the suspension, as well as the underlying problems that threatened to ruin the team's image. According to some sources, severe steps, including roster changes and new leadership, were being contemplated. Fans were left with more questions than answers as the story progressed. Was Angel a scapegoat in a larger scheme? Or was her suspension a just punishment? How did management contribute to escalating the conflict? And, most all, was this the start of a terrible decline? Or might Chicago Sky come out of this storm stronger? The stakes increased with each disclosure. Between undeveloped talent, broken relationships, and the constant strain of professional athletics, Chicago Sky's future was in jeopardy. The following chapter promised to be even more intense, and the drama was far from ended. The NBA world was rocked by the repercussions from the released video of Angel Reese and Napheesa Collier's private talk. Fans were taken aback by the display of vulnerability between two athletes who had just been embroiled in a public spat. They apologized for any misunderstandings, shared honest moments, and alluded to a deeper relationship entwined with competitiveness. In the film, was this a convoluted front or a symbol of peace? Tensions escalated to unprecedented levels behind the scenes. According to sources close to Chicago Sky, there was still a great deal of division in the locker room. While some colleagues sympathized with Napheesa's composed yet forceful approach, others remained passionately loyal to Angel, backing her fire, passion, and determination to back down. The conflict inside the team had evolved from one centered on personalities to one centered on power and influence. The coaching staff, meanwhile, came under increasing fire. Once commended for his capable leadership, the head coach was now being criticized for his inability to control the escalating conflict. According to sources, staff members were divided by factionalism and intense arguments at coaching meetings, which turned into battlefields. To make matters worse, rumors of possible coaching changes started to circulate. An unidentified source said that the confrontation was connected to an alleged attempt to conceal a major injury, in addition to personal grievances, just when it appeared that things couldn't get much more difficult. Napheesa reportedly suffered an injury during a practice session days before to the incident. But management allegedly put pressure on her to keep it a secret in order to protect the team's playoff prospects. According to this source, tensions allegedly increased when Angel questioned Napheesa about concealing the facts. This discovery fundamentally altered the plot. Whether the pressure to perform and conceal ailments fostered a poisonous environment where emotions eventually burst was a topic of discussion among fans and experts. While some questioned if the incident should have been handled differently, others expressed sympathy with Angel for advocating for accountability and openness. The league's inquiry also took an unexpected turn. Officials started investigating management's involvement in the situation, determining whether any rules pertaining to player communication and health had been broken. This created a fresh avenue for the scandal to spread, potentially implicating executives in addition to players. Rumors of roster changes and trades grew in fervor as the unrest intensified. According to reports, a few of the team's best players were anxious about their future. Fans were alarmed by rumors of possible departures and thought that Chicago Sky's chances of winning a title were dwindling. Conspiracy theories, passionate remarks, and intense arguments were all over social media. The fan base had gotten so polarized that hashtags like #JusticeForAngel and #TeamNapHeesa trended at the same time, with their thoughts and forecasts. A few celebrities and former athletes added gasoline to the flames. In a shocking turn of events, Napheesa ultimately broke her silence with a surprise public speech. While acknowledging the issue, she advised followers to put more emphasis on mending and togetherness than on divisiveness. "On and off the court, we work as a team," she stated. Her statement, "This moment is difficult, but it's also an opportunity to grow stronger together," inspired cautious hope, but also fueled speculation about the team's future course of action. The pressure increased as the season drew near. Chicago Sky had to deal with the enormous burden of mending broken relationships and rebuilding trust in addition to fierce competition on the court. Although the play had shown flaws, it also provided hope for potential atonement. The tale of Angel Reese, Napheesa Collier, and Chicago Sky becomes increasingly intricate and captivating with each turn and reveal. Still, it was unclear if they would overcome the crisis or if this scandal would permanently define their legacy. This tale has been an amazing ride. The saga of Chicago Sky has had us all on the edge of our seats, from the unexpected suspension of Angel Reese to the violent brawl with Napheesa Collier. We've witnessed unanticipated turns, intimate moments, and behind-the-scenes secrets that highlight how demanding life in professional athletics can be. Questions concerning loyalty, leadership, and what it really takes to be a champion have been highlighted by the drama, which has also split supporters and rocked the squad. However, the tale is far from over. Will the broken connection between Angel and Napheesa be repaired? Can the Chicago Sky get beyond this setback and get back to their winning ways? Or are we seeing the start of a collapse that will permanently alter the team? There are still unsolved questions, and there will be even more shocks in the upcoming chapter. We'd like to hear from you immediately. What do you think of this dramatic and spectacular event? Do you believe there is more to the narrative that we haven't yet discovered? Or are you on the side of Angel or Napheesa? Your voice counts, so share your ideas and theories in the comments section below. Please press the like button and subscribe if you liked this in-depth analysis of one of the NBA's most significant scandals so you don't miss any updates. Tell your friends who share your passion for sports drama about this video. Keep in mind that in the world of sports, anything may happen at any time, and we'll be here to provide you with every startling detail as it happens. Thus, pay attention, maintain your curiosity, and carry on the discussion. You won't want to miss what occurs next in the Chicago Sky story, which is just getting started.